Let's start with growth. Start with tech. Tell me what you're seeing here.
Well, officially, technology did get a 5-point downgrade due to the slowing momentum, and honestly, Friday it broke the pattern. Remember, we were looking at the tech sector, we were looking at the Nasdaq itself, all consolidating underneath that 160 handle. Ultimately, the K trade failed on the downside with the Apple news on Friday. That violated that pattern. Once the pattern is violated, you gotta react to that, right? You gotta react to that. And so when we saw the news on Apple, you got to reflect the current weakness. And so we do have a 5-point downgrade in the technology space. Now that downgrade again is now just looking at it instead of looking at a potential breakout, which is a higher probability setup. You're now looking at this as a support test, and it is a very fascinating support test, quite frankly. You don't have a lot of momentum in trend; it's kind of stuck in mud. But what you do have is a 155 handle that is right above the upward moving 50-day moving average. And that's coming in to test the 155 handle, which was a very rock solid old resistance level. And we really haven't tested that breakout. You know, on the breakout, it consolidated high base, then it broke out, consolidated high base. This is really the first time we've got into the zone of testing that recent breakout channel. And so it did show a little bit of weakness. We did see a little violation of the K trade analysis that did form the high base with that short-term weakness. And it is just short-term, but with that short-term weakness, rankings certainly have to reflect that current weakness. And so again, the only thing that really changed here, high base K trade just kind of established the downward movement. Now we're testing support. Again, you're still looking at semiconductors, you're still looking at an Apple, but instead of looking at an Apple continuation breakout, now you're looking at an Apple volatile test of support. And that's basically the same thing that you're seeing in the sector. Not as volatile as Apple, obviously, but same conversation that we had on the NASDAQ, looking at the same thing on tech.